The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring first, from New Bedford, Massachusetts, weighing in tonight at 179 pounds, the standout Denzel Jordan.
Bobby Rossi, I know who this guy's wrestling. I brought in one of Denzel's old friends. I'm going to sit this one out for you.
You're going to just sit this out? Like, okay, well, folks, I'm going to be joined by independent correspondent Zach Leiter for this matchup. Zach, thank you for joining me. I didn't realize the coach had sub-outs just lined up like this.
Well, thank you, Bobby Rossi, for having me. Yes, you know, sometimes when duty calls, you just show up to play, as they say in the sport of baseball. You know, Coach Will is quite knowledgeable on that, and I'm quite knowledgeable on the situation here between Coach Will and the standout Denzel Jordan, who clearly is not getting the reciprocation from the RWA faithful.
No, and he's certainly drawn quite a bit of ire, and I feel as though there's a sense of entitlement that really ruffles the feathers of the faithful. Me personally, I think the guy's got all the potential in the world. He just needs to get that chip off of his shoulder.
He's definitely not the entitled one, and he sure as hell is not a coach.
And introducing his opponent from the fields of Mount Pleasant, this is Coach Will!
Look at that game face on Coach Will. Very serious, no nonsense, clearly. I mean, usually he's coming out here, he's doing the thing. I don't know what change in demeanor is, Bobby Rossi.
Oh my God, oh, look at this. Coach Will, known to make things personal.
And we're getting things started right away, but see, look, Denzel's not ready yet. I don't know why we were even made to ring the bell yet. Denzel needs a minute. Like we said, he has such great potential in the RWA, and that comes from being well-equipped, a well-rounded competitor.
Well, I'm seeing a new official here, and I think he's got his hands full between these two. Certainly with Coach Will being as fired up as he is, he's certainly out of character and in rare form, if you will.
Well, I mean, with how personal this has gotten, I mean, everything that these two guys have been through, it's completely understandable. And Denzel obviously in no rush at all to lock it up with Coach Will. I don't blame him, honestly.
Well, here's the thing. These two have come up together, but Will is not alone in feeling that Denzel's change of pace and his change of mindset, it's just not suiting anybody any good. He's not really appreciative of it, and that's why I feel as though we didn't try to help him out last month.
But can you blame Denzel for the change in demeanor? I mean, after being the longest reigning RWA Ocean State champion of all time, to still not be given a fair rematch. Meanwhile, Coach Will just gets slotted into the hype championship scenario. And, you know, now here's Denzel Jordan. He's got to continue to prove himself time and time and time again.
Well, when you leave a nasty impression upon those who are supposed to be voting in your favor, man, I don't know what else to tell you. But Denzel Jordan right now seems to have all the focus in the world as he is locked in on that left arm of Coach Will, looking to exploit a potential weakness here. You know, the shoulder of Will has been it's been touch and go for the past couple of years.
Denzel came into this with a strategy. Take out the arm, and hell, if you take out the arm, it's going to take away his pitching ability and his ability to win this matchup.
You know, Denzel Jordan, he might have a hair across his ass that not many folks really appreciate, but going into this matchup, he seems to be determined, and he seems to have himself a bit of focus while he's bending every rule in the book.
I mean, he's staying within the rules, Bobby Rossi. Look, he cleanly broke the hold on the ropes before the count of 5. That is well within the rules of professional wrestling.
It's a loophole. Come on. Those ropes are not supposed to be used as a weapon. You know this.
It's not illegal if the referee doesn't call you for it. And Denzel Jordan is going to take advantage of everything he can, like he has his entire career here in the RWA.
Well, it seems to be paying out high dividends for him right now. Coach Will is practically incapacitated, feeling every bit of pain just running through his spine right now. That's the thing. When you lock in on a weakness like this, you start to lock in on a body part. It's not just the arm. It's not just the shoulder. You're feeling this throughout your entire skeleton.
This is an absolutely cerebral dissection right now of that arm. Denzel's got that armbar locked in deep, but Coach Will able to roll back. But look at that shoulder immediately off the belt. That is the great ring regimen of Denzel Jordan.
And the power of Coach Will, both of which have their skills on display. I don't know who got the better brunt of that one. Neither man so quick to get to their feet.
But look who's first to his feet. It's Denzel Jordan. Oh!
Oh!
But Coach Will, I think, just knocked him out of the park.
Very well done, but you gotta wonder just how much gas is left in the tank. He's been taking an awful lot of time to try to make this pin attempt. Cover here applied, deep hook of the leg, and knows right where he is.
Great ring awareness by Denzel Jordan.
And at a time where he needs to conserve energy, that was a very smartly placed pin break. I gotta hand it to him. He seems to be bringing his A game here tonight.
You know, if Coach Will spent less time coaching children on the baseball field and put his mind to this wrestling stuff, maybe he would have been smart enough to pull Denzel away from the ropes.
That's some speculation, all right? Don't delve into the guy's personal life, okay?
I'm just calling it how I'm seeing it. I'm here to tell the truth, and the truth right now is Denzel ducked the shot.
And is caught in a crossbody attempt that was blocked, but Coach Will is working with 1.5 limbs here.
Denzel, you got to think, these guys go way back. Denzel started training roughly not too long after Coach Will, so he knows everything that Coach Will knows, and he knows a lot more, especially with that maneuver, driving Coach Will face first. He might be knocked out.
Denzel Jordan, ever with this new mean streak, always looking to prove something. Could have just gone for the pin, but I think he's going for the knockout blow.
Look at that, right to the back of the head. Beautifully executed scissors kick. Denzel's on fire right now and looking to pick up the big victory. 2, not quite there.
Coach Will, just in the nick of time, gets his shoulder up off the canvas, and no amount of litigation with the official is going to get him to reverse that decision. This match will, in fact, continue.
But you saw how close it was, Bobby Rossi.
That was extremely close. I can't deny it.
And that means Coach Will is just moments away, one big move away from Denzel Jordan standing the hell out like he is known to do.
And this is why we all can't stand him. Well, the blatant disrespect. You want to make an example? Well, you are the example now. Coach Will, with a new bit of wind in his sails, is taking it to the standout.
Denzel's got to get out of this position, but just can't escape the fall away slam. Coach Will has definitely found a second win. We got past the 7th inning stretch, and now he's looking to take it home, a walk-off.
Denzel Jordan not so quick to get up off the canvas. He seems to be in a very bad way.
He's got to conserve his energy the best he can so he can get through the rest of this game, the rest of this match. But like we said, Coach Will probably looking for that one last big one, that last big homer. Look at it. See, look to your better sense of reasoning, Coach Will. That's your friend.
No, this is your competitor who needs to learn a hard lesson about life.
Well, Coach Will just learned a lesson, and don't mouth off to those who, oh! Forget the rest of that. He just knocked him square in the jaw, right in the kisser. 3!
The winner of this match, Coach Will!
Just when I thought that maybe there was a chance to see things through, Coach Will said nah, and knocked him out of the park.
Yeah, I gotta say it though. Denzel Jordan, when he's not so full of himself and he's focused, he shows a lot of promise and a lot of potential. It was when he chose to make an example out of Coach Will. It was when he chose to turn this matchup into one of his sick little games is when the tides turned on him. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, Coach Will. We've got more action on tap for you. The tag-rific theme of tonight has yet to come to a close as the Monarchy themselves will be in competition. That is up next. Don't you go anywhere.